Howdy, 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 beloved. Welcome to the Lady Walker Show. I am Lady Walker, and once again, we have a gem dandy of a show in store for you. Yes. Now, I got some interesting information to share with you all. We are going to learn about motorcycle training as well as safety and some other things. And here to share that information with us is Sirena Wilson of the Southern Mississippi or Southern Miss Motorcycle Training LLC, and she is the public relation officer. Howdy, 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 Sirena.
How are you? Thank you for having me.
Better than good, better than good. What about you?
Being blessed.
Well, I am so took a pink that you came out.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
All right, you're looking gorgeous.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Great. Now, before we get into the motorcycle talk and all of that, we share something in common, probably a lot of things, but the grandkids. You have 3, I have 10, but you have 3 grandkids.
Yes, ma'am. I have a 9-year-old girl, Jalea, and a 8-month-old grandson, Josiah, and a 1-month-old granddaughter, Jamina.
Okay, Jamina, that's a beautiful name.
Thank you.
So they all are staying in your neck of the woods, like in
Yes, they're all in Jackson.
Jackson. Okay, close. So you can get a chance to see them all the time.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And you were saying something about your oldest granddaughter, the things that she are involved in. Now that is great.
Yes, ma'am. She is a little charity person herself, a little entrepreneur. She has her lemonade stand when she sets up, and she does set up at our motorcycle events as well and sells her lemonade. And then she takes a portion of her proceeds and donate them to different charities. So she buys books and school supplies and stuff for we have the Toys for Tots that she will buy toys and stuff for. She's donated supplies to the Methodist Children's Home over on Flag Chapel. And then she even bought 100 books and donated them to Blair Batson Children's Hospital.
How great. Now, how did she get into this entrepreneur spirit?
Well, it was finding the way to earn money, and then we also learned about Lemonade Day. So it actually started from National Lemonade Day.
Oh, okay.
So from there, she loves setting up her lemonade stand, but she also loves giving back to the community.
That is so great to hear.
Well, thank you.
All righty. Now we are going to get on into motorcycle talk.
Okay.
Now, let's talk about the Southern Miss Motorcycle Training.
Okay. Southern Miss Motorcycle Training was established here in Jackson, Mississippi in 2009 by Donald Young. Donald is the national president for the King Riders Motorcycle Club.
Okay.
But he's also military, and he was also working with Jackson Police Department. So most of our club members are either military or law enforcement.
Okay.
So he saw the need to train people the correct way, teach them how to ride motorcycles and ride safely.
Okay, well that is very important.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Because I tell you what, speaking of safety, when I am traveling on the roadways, I know when I see someone on a motorcycle, whether they are in front of me or on the side or whatever, I always say a prayer for that person.
Yes, I say a prayer every day, all day.
Yeah, every day, all day.
For those who are riding safely and for those who are riding just for want the need for speed.
Right.
But trust me, when they see me, they was like, oh, there's Sirena, they might slow down.
Oh, really?
Because they know I will fuss, I need you to have your helmet on. I need you to have your jacket on. I need you to be in full gear, when you're riding.
Yes.
So we try to teach you the correct way and the safe way, every time you go out for a ride.
So are there a lot of females who are members of the club?
Well, there are different clubs in the Mississippi area, especially the Jackson area. We have the all-female clubs. There's a mixed clubs. There are members in the King Riders Club. We have different chapters as well.
Oh, okay.
So there are females in the clubs.
Are
Yes,
you
ma'am.
public relation for for more than just one, or
No,
just
just
the Southern Miss?
well, Southern Miss is the training company, and then
Okay.
King Riders is the motorcycle club.
Okay,
So I
okay.
do the public relations for the King Riders as well.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
Well, that's good.
So each club has their own public relations officer.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now let's talk about safety then. Let's
Okay.
from the get-go.
Okay. Well,
But let me back this train up a little bit. Let me back up this train. Now, okay, I got 3 minutes. We got 3 minutes in this segment.
Okay.
But you said you have to be a police officer or in the military in order to be a part of.
oh no,
Kings.
that's just part of King Riders.
Okay.
Most of those members
Okay.
are law enforcement or military.
Okay, most
But
of them.
most of them, yes, ma'am. Now we have the Jackson chapter. Most of the Jackson chapters are law enforcement or military. We have a Kosciuszko chapter, Pickens chapter. Jackson, Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee. So there are different chapters, but most of the people in the Jackson chapter are either law enforcement or some part of military.
Okay. Now let's talk about that safety stuff.
Okay. Well, we go out and we teach you for the training company. We teach you how to ride during the training class, how to ride safely. So when you go after you get your endorsement, now you still have to go to the Highway Patrol to do your written test.
Oh, okay.
Our training
So
company.
you have to take a written test to ride.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you have to get your license.
You have to get there's an endorsement on your driver's license. So when you come through us, you don't have to take the riding part at the Highway Patrol. You still just have to take the written exam
Okay.
at the Highway Patrol. So we eliminate one part of that. Instead of you having to go to the Highway Patrol and do their test,
That's
we do
interesting.
that. Yes, ma'am. And then once you pass everything, then they give you the endorsement on your driver's license. Because that is state law. You're supposed to have an endorsement when you're riding a motorcycle, and they will stop you and ask you, So we want everybody to be legal as well as ride safe.
Well, that's so interesting because how long has it been like an endorsement? Has it been decades, or is it something that
I don't know the
recently?
exact number of years, but it's been a while.
Oh,
Yes,
really?
ma'am.
That is so interesting. An endorsement, and this endorsement comes by, once again, you have to take a written test.
Right. You come to us and we do the classroom portion of it. You'll see a film, and then that's usually on a Friday. Then on a Saturday, you go out and we do the riding portion of it. So there's several different steps that you have to go through and learn, and then you do a test at the end to make sure that you've mastered those different tests that we showed you.
Oh.
And so once you complete that, then you just go to the Highway Patrol to do your written test. And I think it's like 20 or 25 questions that you, just like the regular driver's license. So once you pass that, they'll put the endorsement on your driver's license, just like if you was doing the CDL, commercial. So there's a motorcycle
okay.
endorsement on there as well. Yes, ma'am.
That's so interesting. Well, we are going to take a break and
Okay.
come back and continue along the line of the safety and training.
Okay,
All
thank
righty.
you.
All right, you're welcome. Beloved, we will be right back. Welcome back, my peeps. My guest is Sirena Wilson. All righty. Now, Sirena is talking about training as well as the safety in riding a motorcycle.
Yes, ma'am. So, for the state of Mississippi, there are laws. You have to have on a helmet. You have to wear a helmet. Anything that's 2 wheels, and now we have the 3 wheels, like the slingshot, that's still considered a motorcycle. You are required by law to wear a helmet in the state of Mississippi. Some don't, some think it's uncomfortable, but safety is always first with
exactly.
us. Yes, ma'am. So we want you to, ride to see, live to see another day, So, but we also, with the safety part of it, we go out to different events and we set up and we promote safety all day long. So if you want us to come out to any event, it doesn't matter what it is, because along with safety, we also try to teach the people that are driving cars to look out for the motorcycle riders. There are hand signs that the bikers use so that the people in the cars would know, they're turning left or they're turning right or there's something in the road or they're all, getting in a formation, so that the car drivers will also know what to look for when the motorcycle groups are all together riding.
That's good to know, because for every driver, whether you are driving a car or a big diesel or whatever motorcycle, we are all of riders on the roadway, and we want to respect each other.
Correct.
And all of that. So that is important to know about that. And then here I am getting this thought. I think even with being a car driver, not just a car driver, but any driver, every so many years, we need to go back and learn this stuff. Because sometimes true. I think we just forget some of the, the rules of the road.
Right. And even like now, driving in the left-hand lane, you're not supposed to drive in the left hand. It's against the law to do that. And then you're not supposed to ride in the back of the pickup trucks.
Not anymore. It used to be long time ago.
It was fine.
That parents would have kids and everything on the back of a truck. And you may see some nowadays. They may get away with it.
Yeah, and I know they said unless you have, I guess, factory installed seat belts in the back of the truck or something like that, nobody's going to do that.
So that's against the law, right?
That's against the law.
Oh, okay.
So there's some interesting laws that have passed.
Yes. So in being a public relation officer or of a motorcycle club, what are some of the things that you have experienced, in being a public relation officer, as far as safety or training?
Well, a lot of times when different accident occurs in the city or different areas outside of the city, then, people will call and ask us to talk about either the biker who was injured or lost their lives, and we go out and, speak on their behalf, let the family know that we are there for them. Unfortunately, there's been quite a number of accidents, including the motorcycle riders, and most, have been fatalities. But the bikers come together, as one, and you will see hundreds of bikers all line up to pay their respects to the fallen rider. But we don't want that to continue to happen.
Exactly.
Even with King Riders, when I first started doing this about 3 years ago, we had a dear friend, Richard Polk, which was a retired police officer. He was killed, and his friend was injured on the back of the bike. The lady turned in front of him, and the worst words you ever want to hear is, "I didn't see them." Every time you have a car versus motorcycle accident, the first thing they say is, "I didn't see them." And so with that, we try to make sure that the public is always aware. And even now we have the Look Twice, Save a Life campaign, which we're trying to put up motorcycle signs, Look Twice, Save a Life signs, just like the regular street signs like they will have for look out for bicycles or pedestrians. So we're trying to put those signs up around the city so that people will be more aware of the motorcycles that are in that area, that frequent that area. Like within Jackson, you have several motorcycle clubs, clubhouses. So pretty much every weekend, groups of motorcycle riders are at someone's establishment. And so we want to make sure that when they leave those establishments, when they get ready to pull out, that the cars that are coming down the street, make sure they look out for them coming out of the parking lots. Or if they're like Exxon on 55 and Northside Drive, that's a favorite spot for a lot of the bikers to gather. So we want to make sure that those people that are on Northside Drive, make sure they look out for the bikers that are coming off the parking lot and just other areas around the city.
But that's good to know. And when you are driving a car and behind another vehicle in front of you, and there are people who would tailgate a person, is trying to, I may be trying to intimidate them to get out of the way or whatever, they would tailgate. And I'm pretty sure bikers have probably experienced someone driving in a car behind them, somewhat tailgating them.
Right. There are those, unfortunately, who will get close up to the biker on purpose.
Wow.
There are those that will see them coming and will switch lanes on purpose. And it's sad. We all have the right to share the road.
Exactly.
Because the motorcycle is a vehicle that's allowed to be on the public roads, just like the cars and trucks are. But like I said, unfortunately, we just have to pray about the people who,
Right, that's so true.
Who insist on cutting in front of. And then what they don't realize as well is that a motorcycle cannot stop like that. When you hit brakes in a car, you stop.
Right.
A motorcycle cannot stop that fast. So when people are turning in front, but 75% of the motorcycle accident happen at intersections. And so a lot of times you think, well, I can beat them. So they turn and that motorcycle is coming. So that motorcycle is not going to be able to stop in time in order for them to keep from colliding with each other, which usually ends up in a fatality.
Now that's good to know too, and I guess that's just like those big diesel trucks.
Mm-hmm.
They can't immediately stop.
Right, correct.
So at least that's interesting to know this, that about motorcycles
Mm-hmm.
as well. Well, we are going to take another break and come back and continue along. I guess we want to talk about some of the events that's happening.
Yes, ma'am.
In some of the clubs.
Sure, no problem.
Alrighty. Beloved, we've got to take another break and we will be right back. Welcome back, beloved. My guest is Sirena Wilson. Now, Sirena, you don't ride motorcycles, right?
Well, I know how to ride.
You know how, but you don't.
But I don't.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You just.
Yeah, usually I'm either following up behind everyone in my vehicle because I'm carrying stuff, or I have a truck. So just in case someone breaks down, we're able to, have a trailer or put the bike on the back of the truck.
Okay. Now let's talk about some events.
Okay.
That's coming up.
Well, usually almost every weekend, because there are a number of bikers in the area, from January to December, there's always a motorcycle event every single weekend.
Every single weekend?
Yes, ma'am. Every single weekend from January to December.
Wow, okay. That's many, many events.
Many events. And a lot of times, Friday nights are usually meet and greets. And then Saturdays are the cookouts and then the dance that Saturday night. And then a lot of them, depends on where you go or how many people come in from out of town to these events. Then Sundays are just another all day meet and greet or just hangout time for the bikers. When they have those events, a lot of times that money is geared towards the community for the different stupid or charity events. Each biker has their own charity events that they donate to.
Great. And
then some just will do a collective thing. Like there's one particular group, they have a nursing home that they do every Christmas. So I think there's like 60 residents at this nursing home that we go in buy, toiletry items and gowns and different things like that.
Yes.
So we give back to the community all the time. There's Toys for Tots in Pickens every Christmas that chapter, King Riders chapter up there does. Stupid, and like I said, just a number of different charities. And then unfortunately with all the different deaths that have occurred, a lot of people now call for the bikers to escort the families during the for the funerals. Their charity rides, memorial rides. With King Riders, we do a June memorial ride for our fallen biker, Richard Polk, and we go from Jackson to Carthage, Mississippi every year. So we just did our third year back in June. The next event that we have coming up will be August the 24th, which will be a charity event at Jocko Tacos.
Okay.
So the food sales from that night, we'll split that with another organization, which is the Christian Motorcycle Association. Now they go out and pray for everyone. They also come out to our bike blessings. We all have different bike blessings. King Riders and Southern Miss Motorcycle Training, we have our bike blessing every second Sunday in March at Stronger Hope Church in their parking lot. And usually there's 300 to 400 people to attend. And so we have the bikers. It's open to the public. It's free. We have different vendors coming. The city
Are
comes
all
out.
the events open to the public?
All events are open to the public. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
All events are open.
And
to
you don't
the
have
public.
to be a bike rider.
And you don't have to be a bike rider. Anyone can come. You can drive your car.
Yeah.
You can walk. But yes, ma'am. All events are open to the public.
Okay, well that's good to know about these events. Now, something you said on one of the breaks, not all bikers are tattooed up or whatever.
Right, there's this stereotype of thing that people have that all bikers are gang members or all bikers are bad, but majority of the bikers are good people. Like I said, we all donate to community, do community events. Everyone has jobs. They're lawyers, doctors,
Oh, really?
teachers.
Riding a bike. Okay.
Yeah, there's a variety of people, with different backgrounds that are motorcycle riders. And not that you also have to be in a club. They're just people just want to ride, just to go out and experience the wind in your hair. There's a lot of more, I don't want to say older people, but the older generation are riding more these days. But they go out and they ride for fun. But we also make sure that people are out there seeing them and making sure that they stay safe as well.
About how many members do King's Riders have?
Let's see, in the Jackson chapter, there's about 10. I should have counted everybody.
Oh, that's all right. They just got a few, right?
Yeah, there's a few, but like I say, we come together as a whole. So Jackson, Pickens, Kosciuszko, we normally would do everything together.
Okay, together.
Right, and then we have our Memphis chapter and our Jackson, Tennessee chapter. So we will leave from here whenever they have an event. Then we go and participate with them in those areas as well. Oh. But everyone comes to everyone's event usually.
Everyone's events. And the public isn't in.
The public is also invited to
those particular ones as
yes,
well.
ma'am. Like I said, on Saturday night when they have the dances, everyone is invited to the dance. If we have a dance, then there's usually 300-400 people, to show up.
That's quite a few people.
Right.
Yes, it is.
And what they do is there's not just the Jackson or Mississippi clubs that attend. There are clubs from out of state that come in to attend. So it just depends on what club is having their event, and then everyone tries to support everyone else.
Do these clubs take donations?
They take donations, like friends.
Have sponsors?
Some have sponsors. We always are looking for sponsors, just like with our Look Twice, Save a Life campaign with our street signs. We're always looking for sponsors. So if anybody wants to help donate to buy those signs to put up, please feel free to give me a call.
Okay.
Right now, our very first sign is at our clubhouse, which is at 2725 Northwest Street, right down the street from the stadium. So we have our very first sign that says Look Twice for motorcycles at that location. So we're hoping to put those signs up all around the city.
Well, that's good because we do need that sign up. We need those signs up. Okay, look twice.
Yes, ma'am.
Before
look
you pull
twice.
out, just to make sure.
Right, and then I guess once you get so used to it, even with my granddaughter, when she rides with me a lot in the car, and then she'll say, "I think I hear a motorcycle," and that's before we even see it. So she, at 9 years old, she's learned now to listen out for those sounds. And so next thing you know, the biker is coming up beside her. She said, I knew I heard him. I knew I heard him. So if we can get everyone else, the drivers, to think that way and to listen, especially when they know there's an area where all the bikers are, then it will be much better for the biker.
Well, we are going to take the final break and come back and let you give out that contact information.
Okay.
Just in case someone is interested in participating in any kind of way with the club.
Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome. We will be right back. That's interesting. Welcome back, my peeps. Now, Sirena is going to give out any contact information just in case somebody out there in TV land may be interested in contacting about any information concerning the club.
Okay. Anyone that is interested in riding or learning how to ride, they can contact me at 601-383-4351, or Donnie Young, which is the owner of Southern Miss Motorcycle Training. His number is 601-238-5027. You can also go to the website, which is Southern Miss, which is mscycletraining.com, to find all the information on the dates and times for the motorcycle classes. So we have the basic riding class, the riding class 2 for experienced riders, and then we also have individual classes if you just want to do one-on-one. And so we also, come August 24th, everyone is invited to Jocko Tacos, which will start at 5:30 for our charity event. As I stated, the food proceeds will be split between Southern Miss Motorcycle Training and Christian Motorcycle Association. So we still promote ministry and safety events. And then we have the bike lesson, which will be coming up the 2nd March of 2018. So anyone interested in participating and help sponsoring that event, they can give me a call, as I said, at 601-383-4351. And then there are still different back to school events that will be coming up, but you can also check us out on Facebook, Southern Miss Motorcycle Training, or my Facebook page, which is just Sirena Wilson, because I post things on both pages.
All right, Sirena, thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming out and gracing us with your presence and giving us this vital information, the training, as well as the safety and the events and all of that.
Well, thank you so much for having us.
All right, thanks, Atria, for coming out.
Thank you.
Beloved, there you have it, Miss Sirena Wilson, Public Relation Officer at King
Riders and Southern Miss
Riders.
Motorcycle Training.
Exactly. And in the meantime, beloved, I will see you next time on the Lady Walker Show. Ta-ta.